The Georgia Dome seats slightly more than 70,000, and it is now filled to capacity with folks who are both anxious and boisterous. They've come inside to watch the stars come out in what is clearly a marquee matchup. The 8-5 Dallas Cowboys and the 7-6 Atlanta Falcons fighting for their playoff lives in the first Saturday night game of this NFL season. And good evening. Welcome to Primetime Football on NFL Network. Bryant Gumbel, pleased to be alongside longtime coach, now part-time winemaker, Dick Vermeil, who's playing hurt tonight.
Yeah, I got to talk hurt tonight.
You all right?
I'm all right.
You gonna make it?
I'll make it.
We've got a great matchup tonight, a marquee matchup between the Falcons and the Cowboys. For the Cowboys, a pretty simple task. Win, and they're into the playoffs. The Falcons, that's a different story. But we've got two very high-profile quarterbacks at center stage. Two guys who go about their task in entirely different ways, have different challenges ahead of them tonight. Let's start with Tony Romo. He's had a magical start to his career since taking over the reins as quarterback, but he threw in a clunker last week in their loss to the Saints, and it'll be interesting to see how he bounces back.
Well, I think he'll bounce back real well. You know, I think the games prior to last week's bad performance is more indicative of what we're going to see tonight and more indicative of what kind of quarterback he is. All quarterbacks have bad days, bad nights. But in talking with him last night, the poise, the confidence, and the awareness of his responsibilities, I'm sold. This guy's for real.
On the other sideline, a very different kind of challenge for Michael Vick, who tonight with just 34 yards sets a new NFL record for rushing yards by a quarterback in a season. But it's not his legs, but his arms that figure to dictate the outcome tonight. His arms.
No question. When he throws well, they win. And I watched him on the practice field Thursday, and all through that practice, he threw the ball extremely well. Better than I thought he could. Accurately, on time, good rhythm. He set his feet. He was in the pocket. He stayed there. If they protect him well tonight and give him time to throw, he'll have a big night.
And then there is the story of Jim Mora, who provided a distraction. He's the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, but he said he wanted to be the coach of the Washington Huskies.
Well,
how big a distraction, Dick?
Well, I think it was a distraction to him. He was sorry he made the statement. He was just teasing, and it backfired on him. I think it upset the PR department, the owner, the management, but the football team, I think they know him well enough, and they care about him enough to know that they trust him, and they believe it was just in jest.
Dallas has won the toss. Michael Kanan gets us started. This is Miles Austin. And we've got our first flag of the night. From the looks of this looks like it'll go against Atlanta, but we'll wait and see.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Receiving team, number 51. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Fourth-year pro Tony Romo is 5-2 since taking over as the Cowboys starting quarterback. His rating is second only to Drew Brees in the NFC. Running back Julius Jones needs just 7 yards to reach 1,000 for the year. Terrell Owens has 9 touchdowns, but Terry Glenn averages slightly more yards per catch. Up front, Cowboys are huge. At 6'7" and 340, Flozell Adams is the left tackle. The other tackle, Mark Colombo, is 6'8" and 320. The Cowboys will start from their own 13, and Romo will throw. Incomplete, going for T.O. down the left sidelines. It'll be second down. Let's set Atlanta's defense for you. John Abraham is the playmaker up front. He's their sack master. At 360 pounds, Grady Jackson clogs the middle. Pro Bowler Keith Brooking has been moved to outside linebacker, making room in the middle for Edgerton Hartwell. 11-year veteran Lawyer Malloy is the enforcer in the secondary. Cornerback D'Angelo Hall leads the team with 4 interceptions. Cowboys go to a double tight end set as Anthony Fasano checks in opposite Jason Witten. Ball loose. Romo dropped at the 11 in the arms of Chauncey Davis.
Not a good way to start. It's a bad exchange. He's telling him he's all right. You're all right. You can see right there, it looks like Tony was pulling out just a little bit early and the center moving away. The ball ends up on the turf. They're fortunate they got it back.
Center Andre Garrard appeared to deliver it well, but Tony was a little anxious to pull out of there.
A little anxious. He didn't seem that nervous last night.
Marion Barber has checked into the ball game. 3rd and 11 for the Cowboys. Deep in their own end. This crowd's into it.
No question.
Good protection for Romo. Finding Jason Witten up to about the 30-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
What a beautiful job Tony Romo did of buying time. He moved his feet in the pocket, found the opening within the pocket, even though it was constricted. You'll watch this from the end zone. Watch him set up. Now he doesn't panic. He sees it's taking time. He slides to the left. He's buying time, allowing the pattern to develop downfield. Well done.
Completion of 19 yards in that 3rd and 11. Falcons had a good opportunity to get them out and gain field position, but Romo wouldn't let them. Julius Jones is checked back into the backfield, their leading rusher. He'll get his first carry of the night, but it won't be for much. Jonathan Babineau, the first to get there.
This defensive line is not very big except for the great big guy inside there.
Brady Jack.
But they have good movement skills, and sometimes a defensive line like that can give the bigger, more physical offensive line some problems.
As we saw Thursday night with Seattle, yes, going against a bigger line in San Francisco. No gain on Jones' first run of the night. 2nd and 10. Romo throwing over the middle and behind Anthony Fasano.
And watching him on tape, normally when he sets up like that and gets his feet squared, in good balance, he doesn't throw the ball as inaccurately as he threw that one.
All eyes on Tony Romo tonight. He's 5-2 as a starter, and he has started well since taking over the reins at quarterback. But he came up empty against the New Orleans Saints on Sunday night on the losing end of a 42-17 ball game, which he had a horrific half. Barber is in for Jones in the backfield. Romo being flushed this side and wrapped up in the arms of Rod Coleman. And the Cowboys will have to punt.
Keith Brookings came from the outside of the offensive right side of the defense. You'll see it from the left side of your screen. Brookings, number 56, coming underneath the left tackle right there and puts pressure, moves him to the outside. Can't get his feet set, gets set down, knocked down sack.
Matt McBriar is the Cowboys punter, and Alan Rossum has positioned himself at his own 20.
Rossum's been a good one in his career doing this stuff.
McBriar hit the turf, but no flag back there. Rossum calls for a fair catch at his own 13. Michael Vick will bring his offense onto the field when we come back. No score in Atlanta.
Saturday Night Football on NFL Network is brought to you by the Nissan Titan, proud presenter of the 2006 Heisman. For the perfect holiday gifts, go to your neighborhood Radio Shack today. The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
Back in Atlanta, Georgia, we're inside the Georgia Dome from where this game is being brought to you on NFL Network in glorious HD. And Michael Vick and the Atlanta Falcons offense getting the ball for the first time, but as was the case with Romo and the Cowboys offense, they are backed up.
Well, Atlanta's been notoriously slow starting in the first quarter this year, all year long.
Vick will throw on first down, flushed out of the pocket, getting back to the line of scrimmage, tackled from behind by DeMarcus Ware. Let's set Atlanta's offense. As if you didn't know, the man here in Atlanta is Michael Vick. Everyone knows he can run. When he also throws the ball effectively, the Falcons generally win. It's that simple. Although he's nursing a leg injury, Warwick Dunn gets to start tonight at running back. Tight end Algie Crumpler is Mike Vick's favorite target. He leads Atlanta in touchdowns with 7. The Falcons' offensive line, it's not unusually large. Tackles Gandy and Weiner have the most experience. Center Todd McClure starts his 100th game tonight, 77 of them in a row. Vick being flushed once again, coming this side. Working his way back to the markers, coming up about 2 yards short before Brady James brings him down. The Cowboys D is a 3-4. Nose guard Jason Ferguson leads all Dallas down linemen in tackles, but Marcus Spears is the headliner. DeMarcus Ware leads the Cowboys in sacks with 7. Brady James inside is their primary run stopper. Rookie Patrick Watkins gets a shot at free safety tonight. The other safety, Roy Williams, is the secondary's tough guy. First third down challenge for the Falcons of the night. Dunn will get his first carry and get the first as he crosses the 25 in the arms of Marcus Spears.
Warwick Dunn is amazing. Thursday he did not practice. The other running back, Jarvis Norwood, practiced the whole time. He couldn't make it today. Here we have Warwick Dunn, the pro, and great 180-pound football player.
Well, what was it that Mora told us? He said that Norwood is a young player, and he's not sure if he's figured out the difference yet
between
about
pain and injury.
Pain and injury, exactly. The give once again to Dunn, looking for and finding no room inside before Al Singleton crashes down from his outside linebacker stop post to stop him for no gain. Gives me an opportunity to note that Chris Collinsworth is not with us tonight, but this was planned all along. He has NBC duties in New York. He'll be rejoining us again Thursday night in Green Bay, but we're pleased to have Dr. Vermeil with us, not only for tonight, but also next Saturday in Oakland. Dunn again. And again stopped for very short yardage.
Warwick Dunn is the kind of back that you could run those kind of zone plays like that 10 times, and it's the 11th time that he kills you on. All of a sudden, he comes out the other side. Sometimes I think the defensive guys, as they pursue, can't even see him coming through there.
With that carry, slight as it was, Warwick Dunn goes over the 1,000-yard mark for the season.
Here's where the Falcons have struggled again to his third down conversion.
Vick underthrowing Algie Crumpler. Crowd wants a flag on Terrence Newman, but they won't get one.
I don't think so. I think he was just moving through to the ball in a normal movement of a defensive player. I don't think it was a distraction to the receiver. You see it in the middle of your screen there, coming off.
Well, yeah, he was tripped.
Yeah, they're not going to call it. They're not going to call that. They're not going to call it.
The crowd sees it as a trip. The official sees it as incidental. And so Michael Kaner will get his first punt of the night, and Terrence Newman, who was defending Crumpler on that last play, is back to receive it and waving everybody off. This one will bounce out of bounds, and Romo and the Cowboys offense will come back on the field for a second time. With 8:26 to go in the first in Atlanta, no score, Cowboys-Falcons. Back in Atlanta while we were away, Jim Mora Jr. pleading his case to head linesman Ed Camp. Camp, obviously not a Huskies fan. He thought Terrence Newman tripped, and so did I, but they didn't see it that way. That's Glenn in motion to the top of the screen, and once again the Cowboys come out throwing. T.O. to this side, being pushed out of bounds by D'Angelo Hall.
They're flopping D'Angelo Hall on Terrell Owens. That's an all-pro covering an all-pro.
Well,
it's not as big, but he's truly a gifted corner.
That's true, but when last they met in last year's opener, T.O. kind of burned Hall. He caught 7 balls for 112 yards. Hall kept him out of the end zone. But I think Terrell would probably take 112 yards every outing.
Yes, no question.
Give Owens a gain of 2. Trying the other side this time. And that's Glenn with his first catch of the night. Wrapped up by Allen Rawson.
Terry Glenn, I think, is one of the most underrated wide receivers. This guy is truly a gifted football player. He can make the tough catch. He's very fluid. He can adjust in the air as he did right there, and he doesn't drop many footballs. He has it in high school, college, or pro football.
Dick, are you kind of surprised the Cowboys have come out throwing?
Yeah, I have. I thought they'd take him on physically real early because they have the big, strong offensive line, and especially inside there around Garrod. Patrick
Creighton has checked in the ball game for Glenn. This is Jones coming this side, crossing midfield. Michael Boley with the stop.
Michael Boley coming inside on it. They toss the ball trying to get outside. Getting outside on this defense a little bit tough because they have great speed. The ball's coming right at you. They're pulling the big lineman right there in Frozell Adams at 340 pounds, but he can't get it done. Michael Boley coming inside out. Did a nice job. Look at Brady Jackson there. They're in a too tight inset. That sort of forces that defense to balance up. They might go check with me and run in the weakest direction.
Romo gets that off barely before the shot clock expired. Gets it to the 45-yard line before Chauncey Davis stops him.
He's that big Frozell Adams, that left tackle. He's the biggest guy at 6'7", 340 pounds at that left tackle spot. He pulled out that time. The linebacker can't see anything.
Ninth-year guy out of Michigan State for years, played alongside Larry Allen,
right,
who we just got a chance to see on Thursday.
The field would tilt to that side.
Marion Barber is in the ball game. The up back is Lusaka Polite. They'll shun the run and get the first down in the air, and that's Polite in the arms of Brooking.
Boy, they are doing a great job of keeping them off balance, anticipating that 3rd and 6-inch type of running play. If they're in a tight formation, they come with a very good play action pass and deep eye set. Marion Barber normally carries the ball in short yardage. They just fake to him, get the ball out there in the flat. There he goes. Lusaka Polite now.
5 plays, 30 yards so far on this drive for Romo and the Cowboys. 1st and 10 at 36.
Whoa.
Jones is going to be set back for a loss on this one. Coming through was Darryl Shropshire.
Yeah,
his first stop of the night.
Outside the fullback and outside linebacker had a real collision on this one. You'll see it from the top right-hand corner of your screen. Wham! That was a collision play all the way. Michael Boley decked the fullback, Lusaka Polite. He wasn't so polite.
Call it a loss of 2. Once again, Glenn motions to the top of the screen. Romo will throw inside. Jason Witten with his second catch of the night leaves the Cowboys about 3 yards short of a first.
Jason Witten's a real good football player. Bill Parcells has been talking about him ever since he got him. I remember playing him in a preseason game. We were talking pregame. He was saying, I've really got a playmaker in this guy. He's a good football player. He can do everything very, very well.
You see the numbers there on Romo. He's already had a better first half than he did last week.
Yeah.
And again, they'll throw on 3rd down. And again, they'll complete it. And again, it's Witten. This time working his way to the 21-yard line.
That's really tough. The tight end comes off the right side of the formation. It's tight on the right side here. Here he is right here. He'll come out and run a little zone pattern right there. Turns to the outside, bang. It's got to get there in time. If it gets there late, it's knocked down. He gets it there in good rhythm.
Romo on target tonight so far.
He was on target last night. We're visiting with him, too. A lot of poise and confidence, and the right kind of confidence.
This is Barber with his first carry of the night. Another first down for the Cowboys inside the 10-yard line, brought down at the 9.
This is what I expected him to do. Come inside with the ISOs that lead to the tight end side or the lead draw and get through there. They did a real good job there getting the guard around. Marco Rivera pulled around in there and cleaned it up. Good blocking downfield by T.O. And this Barber, when he gets in the red zone, he finds the end zone.
You saw Jason Witten hopping off the field before. He is back in the ball game. Whatever will bother him, clearly not serious. This is Barber losing his footing as he makes his way back just past the line of scrimmage before Michael Boley stops him.
Michael Boley did a real nice job of taking on the fullback lead block. It made it bounce to the outside and gave the defense time to get up. You'll see it right here. He takes on the fullback, crunches him there, forces in the outside. He's got to run parallel, gives it time now for Allen Rossum, number 20, to come up and make the smack.
The 11th play of this drive. That has consumed 6:27 so far. Romo looking to the end zone, a lot of time. Was throwing for Owens. Hall was there.
He did a great job again of buying time.
And the crowd again wants a call.
You'll see him set back. He's looking to the right. There's a three-man pattern going the right side. He doesn't like it. He slides. He doesn't panic. And fortunately, with his kind of arm, he puts a nice touch on it. And the big man against the little guy, he wins.
And yes, he did get both feet down, and that's Owens' first touchdown in the first half this year.
This year.
Unusual for a guy with now 10 scores on the year. The Cowboys get on the board first. Martin Gramatica adding the extra point, following a touchdown pass from Romo to Owens. With 1:32 left in the first period, the Cowboys lead at 7-0. I would guess that Tony Romo has answered the questions about how would he bounce back from his first bad outing as a starter. He's just completed an 11-play, 66-yard drive on which he was 6 for 6, including a touchdown throw to Terrell Owens. And so the Cowboys will give it back to the Falcons. This is Rossum at his own 3. Rossum finding some running room, crossing the 30. Before he's brought down. Ryan Fowler with the stop there. We have 1:24 to go in the first, and the Cowboys are on top by a touchdown. We're back in a moment, right after this. This time from their own 33. Warwick Dunn, the deep back, takes the handoff from Vick. And he'll cross the 40, leaving them with 2nd and 2. The last time Dick Vermeil was in this building, he had a star by the name of Marshall Faulk with him. And together they managed to win Super Bowl 34 as that pass completion to Dyson came up just a yard short. 23-16 was the final. And we've now managed to reunite the two of them up here in the booth. Marshall, it's good to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Schaub is in the ball game. Completes it out this side to Michael Jenkins for a first down. Matt Schaub was in the ball game.
You know,
but Michael Vick is fine.
Matt Schaub is a very fine drop back passer. He has a lot of poise in the pocket. I've watched him in preseason games and saw him play extremely well. He maintains great focus downfield and throws a strike.
That is Schaub's first completion of the season. Warwick Dunn being stacked up on the right side.
Not much.
We've reached the end, or we are reaching the end of the first quarter. Just seconds left. It'll run out and they'll change ends. They won't have far to go. The Dallas Cowboys, on a touchdown pass from Tony Romo to Terrell Owens, find themselves out in front 7-0 in Atlanta. We'll come back right after this. Back at the Georgia Dome, where the Falcons are trailing 7-0, started the second quarter. Vick being flushed. This one into the arms of DeMarcus Ware. Nobody in front of him. It's going to be touchdown Cowboys.
He did not go for the naked bootleg. He got on his face, and he's so big.
DeMarcus Ware.
Big, tall guy, long arms. Michael Vick, not that tall. Comes off the bootleg, starts out. Here he is. He has two guys in his face. Doesn't see DeMarcus Ware.
That's a great catch by Ware.
Oh, yeah. He's an athlete, this guy is. A real athlete.
Wow. Wow. And just like that, one play into the second period, the Cowboys go in front 13-0.
Boy, when your defense scores, does that propel your chances to win? Wow.
Grammatica comes on for the extra point. And Vick is left to ponder what went wrong. It's good. And the Cowboys, scoring twice in 2 minutes, have moved out in front 14-0 in a ball game in which they get a win and they're into the playoffs. They're up by 2 touchdowns.
You're going to see Chris Canty here and DeMarcus Ware coming right there. They're not supposed to be blocked. They're supposed to be folded and go down the line of scrimmage. They don't do it. He can't see DeMarcus Ware right there because big Chris Canty's in his face. He throws him the football.
DeMarcus Ware's second touchdown this year. He also had a fumble return for a touchdown against Philly. This is Allen Rossum faking the reverse and didn't fool much. Gets it back to the 21-yard line before Bobby Carpenter with the stop there, and we've got a little extracurricular activity, so we'll take a break.
Saturday Night Football on NFL Network is brought to you by Motorola, proud sponsor of the National Football League.
NFL Films counts down to the best team to ever win a Super Bowl. Next week, it's number 16. The 1996 Packers. Here, Brett Favre and Mike Holmgren tell the story of their championship team next Friday at 8:30, only on NFL Network. And the Falcons will now try to regroup after giving up 2 scores. This is done off the left side. Marshall, can I assume you're not too fond of that, how the voting went in that America's game?
Not at all, not at all. I think Coach Vermeil and myself feel that our team should have been a little higher up the chart.
You were what, 19?
Yes.
I believe you should. Anytime you score as many points as that team did and still rank 6th on defense and can lead the league in kick returns, you got a pretty solid football team.
I do confess I voted in it, but I only had a part.
And obviously, you voted for us to be much higher.
No doubt. 2nd and 8. Vick this time overthrowing Mike Jennings.
You know, Vick did a real nice job, though, of setting his feet and staying in the pocket that time. He didn't flush, and if he does that consistently, he is going to throw more complete passes downfield. He has 5 games of throwing over 59% complete, and they won all 5 of them.
He's 0 for 3 tonight. And Dick, he's a different kind of thrower when you see him in practice. The ball never hits the ground.
Oh, I know, accurate as heck. You see, there's no pressure on him, and he doesn't have to feel the rush.
They're coming. Wow, what a play by Ware. Ware wouldn't let him get outside, flushed him back into the arms of Jason Hatcher. What a play by Ware.
They bring both safeties up inside. You'll see him right here in the middle of the screen. See, they get pressure right in the middle. He flushes now. It's outside. There's Ware, and they move him back, and wham, he takes a heck of a shot right there. You can't allow your quarterback to get hit like that very often. That was Jason Hatcher.
And Michael Cannon will punt it away from his own end zone. The Cowboys will get good field position here, and Newman is just past midfield.
Ooh, what a great punt.
Newman will fair catch it at the 35. Cowboys offense already out in front 14-0 will come onto the field. Tonight's aerial coverage brought to you by Under Armour. I said the Cowboys offense up 14-0. They're actually up 7-0. The defense is up 7-0.
Well, they brought the safety Roy Williams up inside in that A gap between the center and guard, and also filled the other gap with a blitzer. Boy, and that you are in trouble when that happens, right, Marsh?
Exactly. They're putting a lot of pressure on Michael Vick. Got to make a lot of good decisions tonight.
And look at that stat at the bottom. Teams that score a defensive touchdown win 3/4 of the time. That's bad news for Atlanta on this Saturday night. Romo will throw on 1st down again. Picked off this time.
There's a flag down.
Lawyer Malloy. But we have a flag at the 42-yard line. It was Grady Jackson applying the heat.
Grady disrupted the whole play.
Offsides on the defense.
They're signaling, I think, on the Falcons.
Offside.
Left defensive tackle, number 75. 5-yard penalty. Replay, 1st down.
Jerome Boger is our official tonight. He didn't have far to come. He's a Morehouse College alum.
Oh, really? Well, Grady Jackson's right there in the middle of it. He might be, yeah, he is offside.
They called it on Coleman, but it was Jackson.
It was Jackson. He might have been lined up offside. He's so big, he needs more room. Boy, what a break that was.
Jones.
Great job right there that time. Great job by Rod Coleman. Boy, he's a good football player inside. You see him playing that three-tech, Marshall?
Did a great job of holding up at the point of attack.
Yeah, and pushed it back. No place to go. Rod Coleman, you know, we have to coach against him when I was at the Chiefs, and he was playing defense for the Raiders, and boy, I'll tell you, he was tough. Extremely well-played defensive play by Rod Coleman.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 5 for the Cowboys. Jones again. And that's Keith Brooking coming in to push him back, leaving him two yards short of first down.
Do you remember our offensive terminology? I find myself once in a while getting back into our old game plans, Marsh, and looking at them. I was trying to think what we called that play right there. Just our weak side slant play.
Yeah, that was Bob.
Bob, yeah, that's right.
Marion Barber has checked in for Julius Jones. He is, among many other things, their short yardage back. That's T.O. in the backfield to his left. Romo, this one tipped in the air and picked. Michael Boley inside the 15-yard line before Marion Barber drags him down from behind. And finally, the Falcons fans with something to cheer.
You know, you've got the lead. Why get fancy on 3rd and short? You know, now it was a 3rd and a long one. But I think this ball was tipped.
It was.
Right there.
By Coleman.
By Coleman again. Good penetration. He hits it with his left hand. But, you know, maybe I'm too conservative. But you're don't laugh.
No, that's okay. You didn't like the call.
No, it's just, not that I dislike it,
for a lot of very good reasons.
Yeah.
For a lot of very good reasons. Just the kind of momentum changer the Falcons needed, and Vick getting close to the first down marker, hit hard on that side by Patrick Watkins, a rookie out of Florida State.
He's a big-time hitter starting his first ball game. That was the shotgun sweep. I watched him practice this on the practice field Thursday. Lead blocker, run him out. It's a run all the way. Great hit by Patrick Watkins. He's a 6'5" safety.
They went back to that spread shotgun offense that they had success with early in the season that they got away from.
It really. Yeah, and also it gets them out of that 8-man front, too.
Not the kind of hit you want your quarterback taking. 1st and goal from the 2. And Justin Griffin is the up back in front of Warwick Dunn. Swing at this side. Griffin, touchdown Falcons. With a flag on the play.
Pass interference on Dallas. DeMarcus Ware was holding Algie Crumpler as he released out.
Vick says it's official. Offense coming off the field.
Defense.
Touchdown Griffin.
That proved his decline.
And you had it right. It was Ware.
You see Ware right here on your screen. He's going to hold on to Algie Crumpler right there. He's got him by the right arm in the jersey, holding him out of there. They don't want him out. He's got to cover him as well as defense. That's tough to do. Tough assignment.
Morton Anderson on for the extra point.
Needs one more point, right?
And with that, he has halved the Cowboys' lead. It's 14-7 now in the ballgame. 11-11 left in the first half. We've got a barn burner in Atlanta. With that extra point, Morton Anderson has moved into the history books yet again, now tied for 1st in NFL history in career points. The Great Dane himself. Michael Kanan kicking this one away. This is Miles Austin. Spinning, but getting back only across the 15. Ball's loose.
Falcons say they have it.
Still no official signal.
When you're down in those piles more time than often, a guy that can pull the ball away.
Boger says Falcons, Cowboys ball.
The strongest man got it with the longest arms. The coverage was outstanding, though. Very intense. They just kept coming. They knocked the ball out. Great job there. See, and Miles Austin, he's not a guy that's normally running in crowds like that, like you would be, Marshall. You know, and you don't get hit very often.
Williams did a great job of pulling the ball out.
Did he really? Yeah. They're really high on his talent as a young linebacker.
And Bill's letting Austin hear about it. So the Cowboys will start deep in their own end yet again, this time from the 15-yard line. And Jones won't get much past that. NFL Network, don't forget, re-airs the 4 best games from the weekend, adding the commentary of both coach and players. Watch NFL Replay Tuesdays and Wednesdays. That is 2 games per night. And of course, it's only on NFL Network.
Julius Jones that time didn't press the hole. He cut back when he didn't have to. He had a pulling guard coming up on the old power play.
Coach, I remember that coaching point.
Press the hole.
Glenn comes this side. Romo rolls the same way, being flushed. And he won't get much. We have another flag on the play as Romo is brought down at about the 17-yard line.
They were trying to sprint out, and the protection was a little too soft on the right side.
Holding, offense, number 62. 2-yard penalty, replay, second down.
Marco Rivera is the guard they have flagged.
Oh, yeah.
Veteran out of Penn State, ex-Packer. He had a handful. This has pushed the Cowboys back to the 8-yard line. Left them looking at 2nd and 17. Romo, ball tipped again.
Shropshire.
Darryl Shropshire was the man who got a hand on that one.
If your quarterback is going to set up that close to the line of scrimmage, the offensive lineman got to maintain the line of scrimmage closer to the line of scrimmage. So he's back there too deep. Can't throw over that statue.
But right now, Coach, you got to say Atlanta's defensive line is penetrating
they're not
the Cowboys' offensive line.
They are.
And the fans in Atlanta, no matter the sport, are not known for their enthusiasm. But they are into it tonight.
Everybody loves an intense football game.
Cowboys empty the backfield and go 4 wide. Barber comes back in. Gets this from Romo, but he is wrapped up by Rod Coleman at the 13.
Great play.
Cowboys will have to punt.
There's a football player. This guy is really an underrated player. He was at the Raiders. He drove me crazy. Here he is right on the nose. He slants around, they double. He comes down the line of scrimmage, fighting like, look at the intensity. Wow, I love it, don't you?
That's a great play by Rod Coleman. He caused the flag on the hold on the 2 plays before, and right here he made a tackle.
No question. Love to see guys play with that intensity.
It has left the Cowboys punting from their own end zone, and this time it'll be the Falcons who are guaranteed decent field position. Allen Rawson will get a chance to return this one. Lets it bounce, and it'll bounce out of bounds at the 37-yard line. And Michael Vick, suddenly with some momentum on his side, trailing by 7. 8:56 to go in the first half. This is done, not getting much. There was memorial service today for Lamar Hunt.
Oh boy, yeah, no, I couldn't be
Just
there.
Passed away. And Dick, I know that you got a wonderful call the other night.
Yes, I did. Lamar let me know that I was an honorary pallbearer, and I will see her on Tuesday. Wonderful, wonderful human being. One of the finest, kindest men I've ever been around in Lamar Hunt.
He was more than just your boss.
You bet. He was a good friend.
Pitch this side to Vick, who had lined up in the halfback position, pushed out of bounds at the 43-yard line. For the second time tonight, it was Schaub under center and Vick at a running back position. That's not something we saw at practice.
Here he is right
the other
here.
Day.
Right here, standing back here. I saw that on the practice field, not from that same formation. Marshall, you have run this play.
The 90 flip.
A number of times for big ones.
But when we saw it on the practice field, it was done in the quarterback position. And it was not Shaw.
Well, okay.
Vick throwing long this side. Ronnie White. Anthony Henry pushes him out inside the 6. .52-yard strike, Vick to White.
Good one-on-one coverage with Anthony Henry right there. And the big thing, the reason the play was successful, he stayed in the pocket inside the tackle's block, stepped up inside and threw it accurately, obviously right on the money.
That and Ronnie White got a great release off the football.
Yes.
And anytime you let a receiver release down the field, he's going to catch the ball.
Falcons with 1st and goal. The give is to Dunn. And he's hit hard in the hole. Chris Canty there, among others on the stop.
They did have him spread out, so they're trying to keep Roy Williams right out of playing middle linebacker and strong safety at the same time.
He's a monster against the ground game.
They've struggled in the red zone all year. If they could be successful here, they're showing they're really improving, because they scored last time in the red zone. There's the offensive coordinator right there, Greg Knapp.
There you see the difference in their averages in the red zone versus outside the red zone. First when they're outside it, 31st inside it. We have a flag as Vick completes to Michael Jenkins. But the crowd tone suggests this one's coming back. And indeed it will.
Offense. There was no end line up on the end line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
Todd Weiner, it seems, was left uncovered.
Boy, you know, little things
scrimmage
like that just kill you. Just kill you. Can't get lined up right. There's nothing between you and the ball but air, and you don't get lined up right. No excuse.
But you saw from that play, Coach, that what they want to do is get Michael Vick out on the perimeter where he can run the ball and throw it and be more of a threat to the defense.
No question.
Has pushed them back to the 9. Still 2nd and goal. Vick throwing this side wide open. Michael Jenkins wide open. Touchdown Falcons.
They're picking on Anthony Henry. And you know who did a real nice job? You see Warwick Dunn
did a good job picking up the Marcus Blair.
Yeah, did a real good job of picking up the great big linebacker. You'll see right here, watch Warwick Dunn block to the left. He gets his hat right on him. A little guy picking up, and Anthony Henry could not cover it.
Henry wasn't even close. He turned Henry inside out.
I think he slipped.
And Bill Parcells is left to wonder what happened to his 14-zip lead. And just like that, Morton Anderson has become the leading scorer in NFL history. His teammates mobbing him at the 15-yard line.
I had the opportunity to coach him for 2 years in Kansas City in 02 and 03. I let him go in 04, but he's kicking the ball better today than at that time.
Good moment for Morton Anderson with a tie score in Atlanta. While we were away, Morton Anderson was taking his props and giving away his jersey after becoming the all-time leading scorer in NFL history. He may yet rewrite the record book again tonight. He's just 1 field goal shy of an all-time mark. Miles Austin. Fumbled it last time, this time taking a lick from Ike Reese. baby.
Wow. Woo. That's a tone setter.
Oh, baby. And right now, everything going the Falcons' way.
Wow. High priest. One of the leaders on special teams. He was a great player. Philadelphia Eagles for a while. Look at that hit. Wow.
You got to say
decleater.
The defense and the special teams that set the tone for the Falcons right now.
But what a swing in momentum.
Oh, you bet.
Less than a half hour ago, the Cowboys had it all their way. A 14-0 lead, had just scored a defensive touchdown. The Falcons were flat, and instead we find ourselves tied at 14 with 6:25 to go in the first. This is Jones, and he's pushed back.
They're having a hard time getting him off the line of scrimmage, Marshall.
Brady Jackson and Rod Coleman are controlling the interior of that offensive line.
Yeah.
Jones with 8 carries, just 12 yards so far tonight. Evidence of exactly what you were talking about.
Well, he saw a rolled-up defense with the strong safety up outside the tight end, so they audibled and flipped the toss play back to the weak side away from the rolled-up strong safety. Still didn't work.
Give Jones a pickup of 1. Romo will have to throw on second down, and completing this one to Jason Witten, who finds himself about 3.5 yards short of a first.
You know, Marshall, in watching these guys practice Thursday, which normally, 2 days before the ball game, you don't work as hard. They work very hard and very fast tempo like we used to practice. It was a very, very impressive football practice. They were getting themselves ready to play.
Once again, Marion Barber has checked into the backfield. And that is indeed Terrell Owens in front of him and now going in motion to the top of your screen. Romo throwing short to Barber, getting past the first down marker.
Boy, these guys are hitting each other.
Yeah, they had him stopped, but he broke a couple of tackles and leaped out for the first down.
Do you feel better up here at the suit and tie?
That was Keith Brooking on the stop, whose tackle he broke.
Boy, well, he's been a great football player here for a long time. Played his high school ball here,
and his college
ball here, and his pro football here, all in Atlanta, Georgia.
He has led the Falcons in tackles the past 5 years. Romo pitches this one wide. Jones looking for something on the outside.
Right.
Managed to get the corner for a gain of 8 before he was pushed out.
They pulled Big Flozell Adams, blocked down with a tight end, and pulled him around the outside. And he just was patient enough, Marshall, to get around that soft corner. You see what I'm talking about? See Big Flozell right there? The running back, Jones, being patient, letting things happen and develop in front of him, just like you used to.
After not getting nothing inside, they finally decided to go outside. That was a smart move.
Yes.
This is Jones again, moving close to midfield, Brooking with the tackle, and again what would appear to be a first down Cowboys, and indeed it is.
This is the eye slant play to the weak side. They got the fullback leading, bang, right there. He knocks it back to the inside. It looks like it's going to break, Marsh. Good pursuit from the inside out.
Brookins made a shoestring tackle there that saved the touchdown, looked like.
That was Lusaka Polite, the up-back, with the good block on Brooking. Gets the Cowboys a yard short of midfield and looking at first down. Patrick Creighton in the ball game wide this side. Romo throws the other side for Owens. Touchdown Cowboys. Woo! He beat D'Angelo Hall.
They used action away to keep the free safety in the middle of the field, then came back and threw to the left. Beautiful, beautiful throw, 1-on-1. He went by him that time.
A 51-yard strike from Romo to Owens, their second touchdown connection of the night. Has moved the Cowboys back in front, this time 21-20-14, awaiting the extra point. Gramatica makes it official, 21-14, Cowboys on top. Terrell Owens, who makes his home here in the Atlanta area, seems to find home cooking to his liking here at the Georgia Dome.
You'll see Terrell Owens up here, one-on-one situation. They're going to run action this way to keep the safety at home. See, he's deep middle. He made him drift to the right. There he runs up underneath him. The safety cannot get there. Good design, good action, unbelievable throw.
And Tony Romo throwing the ball, hitting Terrell Owens in stride. That's key to getting the ball to a receiver.
Yeah, doesn't have to slow down in any way.
Romo tonight, 11 of 15 for 132 yards so far and 2 touchdowns.
Wow, changes fast, doesn't it? Both these football teams have explosive wide receivers, and they're all big guys. They're all big guys, tall and fast. Atlanta's 3 wide receivers are all first-round picks.
Yes,
2
they
of them
are.
here.
2 of them their own. One was Denver's, Ashley Reed. And so Gramatica will kick this one away to Allen Rawson at his own 6. Not much. He gets it to the 23-yard line where the Cowboys stop him. The Falcons offense will take the field with just 3:03 to play in the half. Coming up next, the Wendy's halftime show. Stay tuned for first half highlights and analysis and a look ahead to all the games on tap tomorrow. Now, can I assume you won't be part of that halftime show, Marshall?
I think I'm staying with you guys.
There you go.
It's a good view
We're
up here.
moving up in the world. Griffith is now the deep back with McCrary in front of him, and he'll get it. Griffith. Ball comes loose. Cowboys pick it up. Falcons pick it up. Vick. Woo!
Double fumble.
A double fumble winds up in the arms of Michael Vick, who goes out of bounds to the 43-yard line.
Oh, when it goes your way, it goes your way. It's a real nice cutback run, Marshall.
Very patient. He punched the hole.
That was Aiken Adele, it seems, who came up with it the first time and lost the handle.
And it was Ware that came and stripped it. Here he comes. See that right arm coming out here? The ball goes down. Boy, he's made some dynamic plays today.
And what do you coach? When they're out in space like that, fall on it. Don't try to pick it up.
You bet.
Adele tried to pick it up, lost the handle, and who was there but an opportunistic Michael Vick.
How many quarterbacks are downfield in that situation to recover a fumble?
And again, Griffith, who is normally the fullback, is in the deep back position with McCrary in front of him. Vick will throw long. He's got Crumpler, but overthrows him. Roy Williams was trailing on that play.
He hit that on the practice field the other day. He did. Saw him throw it. Roy Williams, and talking to him, what did he say he was concerned about? The scrambling quarterback in one-on-one with Algie, because he knew he was going to get some one-on-one coverage.
Well, as good as Williams is, he's not the best safety in the NFL when he's in space.
Well, he's a lot better close to the line of scrimmage. He's as good as the best when he's up close to that line of scrimmage.
Well, there's not many guys in this league that can cover Algie Crumpler.
No, especially with a clean release.
Second down. Vick in the shotgun. Fakes this one to Dunn. Keeps it himself off the right side. Gets close to midfield. Adele with the stop there.
That's a little option play where he'll fake right there. He'll fake there, pause for a second, and then take off. It looks like it's going to be there, but the movement ability of the Dallas's defense, they close it quickly.
This figures to be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
They're going to come after him. Yeah, they're coming.
Falcons will get it off. And Vick will swing it this side for Crumpler. He's pushed out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
That might have been a side adjustment, Marshall.
It was.
Because they brought everybody. They're bringing everybody in there. And you'll see they flipped the ball. The receiver probably broke it off.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in Atlanta. 21-14 Cowboys. Vick stutter-stepping his way inside and not getting back to the line of scrimmage. That's Kenyon Coleman with the stop.
It's a good thing they had pressure on him because they had the fullback split out. They had a 3-deep secondary back there, and the pressure coming right up inside there by Adele right there. He forced him back up inside, and he couldn't go ahead and take advantage of the coverage he had downfield.
And the Cowboys don't seem to be in too big a hurry, nor should they. They have all 3 of their remaining timeouts as we move inside the 1:30 mark of this first half. Done. What do you think of that call, Coach?
It's a draw play.
Well, we know that. What do you think of that call, Coach?
I don't think so. When you're going to give the ball to a guy like that, it's a good changeup. You catch him in some kind of wild stunt inside, and all of a sudden they were in a 2-deep shell. He's up in there between the safeties. I don't second guess it.
We're inside 1 minute.
Some kind of man situation.
Not in any hurry. He'll throw far sideline.
Oh, great
and
catch.
we've got a flag. Great catch over there by Roddy White.
But I don't know who the penalty's on. Do you, Marsh?
Looked like Aaron Glenn was holding him off. He had the free arm on him.
Whether he actually caught it or not seems to be a matter of discussion between the officials. Whether it really was a catch or whether it hit the turf, we've also got the flag on that side.
Pass interference. Defense, number 26, with the cutoff. That field is declined. The result of the play is the first down.
They did call it a catch, and the penalty is on Aaron Glenn.
See it to the right in the middle of your screen there. He's working hard with his right outside shoulder, and he does catch that football all the way. Here comes the pass interference. See him log off right. Should never put your arm out like that. It's too obvious.
Exactly.
White having a big night, 2 catches, 95 yards. This is done. Not getting there.
This is when it's great you have all your timeouts.
Falcons will use their first with 24 seconds left in the first half.
That's you know, from a coaching standpoint, Marsh always said that's the worst penalty in football. Pass interference like that. The ball moves so far on plays like that.
Chris Collinsworth believes that on pass interference calls of a certain yardage, officials should be allowed to review them. What do you think? That you should be allowed to challenge and have reviews?
Oh, geez, I don't know. I think it would get, you know.
Well, Chris is the wideout. First of all, Chris is the wideout. And we have to say tonight that Atlanta wide receivers has taken advantage of the man coverage because Dallas' intent to stop the run.
Yeah. And he put the arm bar out there.
That one was an easy one to call.
Easy to call.
That one was an easy to call. But you don't like the idea of a challenge to...
No, I don't think so.
It's just like a turnover. In many instances, it's just like a turnover. 2nd and goal. Dunn is deep. Griffith the up back. Swings it this side. Griffith. Touchdown.
Wow, that was simple. Fire pass.
Justin Griffith with his 2nd touchdown catch of the night. 2 catches, 4 yards, 2 touchdowns. Pretty efficient.
Oh, outstanding. I think this is the same play. We call it a fire pass, Marshall. What are they challenging here now?
Now we've got a flag. As they assemble for the extra point, we'll have to see what this one's about.
Illegal formation. Offense. They were on a 6-man lineup on the line of scrimmage.
Again.
5-yard penalty. Replay, 2nd down.
Well, this one's not very injurious. Of course, they haven't made the extra point yet. It'll push them back 5.
Here it is right up the top of the screen. See, right here. There's no one out here to make this man an offensive lineman. He's wearing, if he had an 80 number, it would be eligible.
That one's a killer. That one's a killer. So 2nd and goal, they'll be pushed back to the 8. Vick with a lot of time. Completes this one. Touchdown, Ashley Lilly. Wow.
Great plays in the pocket. This is how he was on the practice field. Now watch him sit and patient. Great protection. Not thinking about running. Turns and throws this late to the right.
And that's a tiny window he put it in, Nick.
Very tight window. Outstanding throw.
Terrence Newman had good coverage and it just sailed past his outstretched arm.
That's Ashley Lee's first touchdown this year.
And Morton Anderson ties the ball game.
He breaks another record, his own.
Let's go ahead and kind of reset what's happened the past 10 seconds. The Falcons scored on a swing pass to Justin Griffith. Seemed to move into a 21-all tie, but they had a formation problem. We're penalized 5 yards, and on the first play out of the penalty, it's Vick with what may be his best throw of the night. Just past the outstretched arm of Terrence Newman into the arms of Ashley Lee, and with 11 seconds to go in the first half, we've got a tie ball game.
Those kind of routes are really, really tough to cover. Sometimes that is a broken route. I think that was a huddle call route.
35 points in this second period.
The thing about Michael Vick that you gotta like right now is that when you see him in the pocket, he's remaining a passer. Yeah. He's not looking to run, and that's making his offense more efficient.
Ashley Lilly making some young lady very happy in this Christmas season.
You know, and so far this year, the 3 games that he made the least amount of yards running, they won.
Michael Vick.
Yeah.
Last week being one of them.
Yes, 5 yards.
Yes, they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Great kick, great kick.
Cannon booms this one in the end zone. Miles Austin will take a knee. We can only hope our games next week will be as good as this one. We are in Green Bay on Thursday night, where the Vikings come to Lambeau to face the Packers. And then on Saturday, Dick, you'll be with us out in Oakland for a rivalry that records truly don't seem to matter. Kansas City Chiefs going against the Oakland Raiders. Catch all the action next week on NFL Network.
Coach, I think Austin was happy to take a knee after the last kick that he caught.
After Ike Reese baptized
the
him?
hit that Ike Reese put on him.
Oh, my God. Hey, I want to take a breath at halftime, he said.
Can't imagine Romo and the Cowboys will try to do much with this. Just 11 seconds left in the half. Rod Coleman. And the Cowboys will just let this half run out. Big half by Coleman, big comeback by the Falcons. And the crowd loves it. Stay tuned for the Wendy's halftime show. That's coming up next. The Falcons are hearing it as they head to the locker room, tied at 21 with the Cowboys. All ball game as we move to the third quarter. And now we've had a change not only in momentum on the field, but in the booth as well. For the first time in his illustrious career, Deion Sanders is coming off the bench.
Happily so.
To join Marshall Faulk and myself. Let's talk about Dick Vermeil a little bit. Dick is playing hurt, as we said. His voice was given out on him. He's still standing by just in case we need him in the fourth period. But we're going to try to get it done here. Been an exciting ball game, and both quarterbacks really have something to show for it.
Well,
exactly.
we can't say Michael Vick isn't the passer. He's just known for running. Mike Vick is versatile. We understand his arm strength, his accuracy, and his poise. For him to sit in the pocket on that last drive and just take his time and just pinpoint passes was exceptional.
What about Romo? We came into this ball game, a lot of folks wondering how would he respond to his first clunker of the year last week against the Saints. He, too, is throwing the ball well.
He has, but I think the thing you have to look at is that his offensive line right now is losing the war up front. And when you lose the battle in the trenches and you can't run the ball, Atlanta's defense is getting an opportunity to pin their ears back and just rush Romo right now.
The Cowboys not running the ball effectively at all. Julius Jones just 24 yards on 10 carries. and Marion Barber adding only 14 on 2 carries. You saw the numbers there for Romo, but that has been the extent of the Cowboys offense. What a half it was. It was only 7-0 after the first period, but 35 points in the second quarter left us staring at a 21-all tie as we get the third period underway. Allen Rossum. Rossum breaking through to past the 40 up to the 44-yard line before Abram Elam brings him down.
That's the kind of return the Atlanta Falcons need from an Allen Rossum. He's a fierce competitor, and to keep the momentum that they built up right before halftime going. Now this offense comes back. They're aggressive. They're going to come out and try to establish the run once again.
As you can see, both teams having trouble avoiding the turnover bug. A couple of turnovers on each side. In each case, they were costly. Vick with good starting field position at the 45. This is done. Not a lot there.
Not a lot there, but they're not really expecting a lot. They know they're not going to be gashed. Dallas defense with a lot of yards. But what that's going to do eventually, that's going to set up the play action. That's going to get Vick on the edge and allow him to do what he's capable of doing.
They've had most of their success running the ball when they get in the spread offense and spread Dallas out. As long as they allow Roy Williams to hang around the line, they're not going to run the ball successfully.
Griffith has checked in as the up back as Jenkins comes towards you in motion. Vick throws opposite side. First down, Ashley Lilly.
This is the same receiving core that we've been so critical of, and I guess they'd heard all the commentary that we've been offering, Marshall. These guys are coming out playing some ball. They look like the Indianapolis Colts receivers on today.
And Lilly hobbles off after taking a shot there from Anthony Henry.
I have to say this receiving core has not dropped the ball in this game so far.
That's a bulletin in these parts. And so Roddy White, who has enjoyed a big ball game, is checked in.
Oh.
Vick will throw into the arms of Algie Crumpler. That ball low, but Crumpler comes up with it.
First down. That's a down that you could take a risk. You can see Crumpler one-on-one with Roy Williams, and whenever they catch him in space, they will try to take advantage of it.
The thing that amazes me is to watch Warwick Dunn block DeMarcus Ware, which allowed Michael Vick time enough to complete that pass down the field.
That one a pickup of 26. Crumpler's second catch of the night. Vick this side with Dunn trailing. And he'll be hustled out of bounds. Roy Williams there coming up to support, first to get there.
Right there, that play looked like they were trying to run a version of the old college option.
Old college option. I was expecting Vick to pitch that ball at any time.
You don't want to run that college option in the pro and get your quarterback exposed like that.
Not when there's a guy like Roy Williams on the other side who's known for hitting.
Matt Chavez checked in the ballgame, now moving out from under center and leaving Vick in shotgun. Falcons using a lot of tricks tonight. Vick completes this one to Crumpler to the 10-yard line. DeMarcus Ware on the cover.
That's a matchup that I would like. One thing about Dallas, they're consistent. 8 men in the box. They're going one-on-one on the edges, on the outside. Whenever you get Algie Crumpler matched up with anyone.
But how about what the Falcons did? Putting Schaub under center, Vick in a running back spot, and then Schaub moves out into the slot and leaves Vick in shotgun. Yeah. We haven't seen that this year.
We haven't seen that at all.
Vick will give to Dunn. And he moves it down to the 7-yard line. First down, Falcons.
You know, going back to the last play, Bryant, what you said was that I think Greg Knapp is becoming more of an innovator with his offense, distracting the defense with things like 2 quarterbacks in the game, and you throw the ball to the guy you want to get it to anyway, Algie Crumpler.
The Falcons looking for their first lead of the ball game. Don't forget they trailed in this one 14-0. And then tied it at 14 and again at 21. Vick throwing wide. Griffith wide open. Touchdown Falcons.
How can the Dallas Cowboys fall for that play once again? Mike Zimmer, defensive coordinator, has to be fuming. This is the third touchdown pass. This is the third time they've run this play to Griffin, and all have been positive.
Once again, it's putting Michael Vick on the perimeter. You got to respect his ability to run. But right here, miscommunication in the secondary by the Cowboys.
But how can you have miscommunication when this has now worked for the third time? Granted, one of them was called back by a penalty, but that's 3 times he was wide open.
That's Michael Vick. That's the kind of pressure that when you see him roll out and you see him get out there on the corners, your natural instinct is go attack him to stop him from doing what he does.
That drive puts the Falcons ahead, 28-21. We're back in just a moment. Back in Atlanta, where a lot of folks have questioned the accuracy of Michael Vick, but look at those numbers. 73.6 on the year, 121.4 tonight. He's thrown 4 touchdown passes. That's a career high. He's 10 of 14 for 168 yards.
That's the Michael Vick that we've all been waiting for.
That's the one Jim Mora Jr. dreams about. Miles Austin from his own 8. A lot of running room outside. Kanan slows it up. He needs a block. Gets it back to the 44. Good return from Miles Austin. Puts Romo in the offense in good field position. Call it a return of 37.
Dallas defense has to make a stance. They have to make a play. They got to come out firing. You don't want to give up the big play. You know that. You're 31st in the league in pass defense. You've established yourself that you can stop the run.
Michael Vick. Got to be some degree of concern in Dallas. Romo wanted to throw right, found nothing there, swings it this way. Lusaka Polite close to the first down marker.
You take a look at this play. They're gonna run a little fire pass here, and Michael Vick, with his ability to run, Crumpler's gonna draw 2 guys. You see right here, 31 Williams comes in, takes a hit, and you got a guy Griffin out there for a touchdown.
That touchdown capped off a 7-play, 55-yard drive for the Falcons in their first possession of the second half. It consumed 3:51 and gave the Falcons their first lead of the night. 28-21 Atlanta. This is Jones.
Dallas trying their best to stick with the run. Last week, you know, they got away from it. When New Orleans jumped all over them, they just abandoned the run and got away from their game plan.
Right now, the interior of Dallas offensive line is getting moved back by Grady Jackson and Rod Coleman. They're taking advantage of those guys right now.
Which is kind of surprising, because coming in here, we thought they would have the ability to overpower the smaller Atlanta defense.
Yes.
Romo with time, ball's loose. This one is going to be ruled incomplete. Terry Glenn had it momentarily and then took a lick. And the ball popped free, leaving the Cowboys looking at 3rd and 8.
This may be the first time this season I've seen Atlanta's defense so aggressive. Romo putting the ball where it needs to be, but right there you can see the hit coming. They're flying to the ball. They're putting hats on it. Everybody's coming, and everyone is trying to make a play.
That was DeMario Williams with the hit.
Right now, Atlanta defense is very active, challenging Dallas's wide receivers.
Look like a punt return formation right now. 10 guys on the line of scrimmage, 1 safety back.
Now they drop.
Now they drop, going into a cover 2.
Romo did not beat the play clock, it would appear.
All start, offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Mark Colombo, the guilty party, will further complicate things for Romo and the Dallas offense.
That's the 12th man effect right there. The crowd get behind you. You get late into the play clock.
In Atlanta, no less. Got to be a first.
First time Atlanta really disguised defenses. I welcome that from a Baltimore Ravens, from a Chicago Bears. That's the first time Atlanta's defense has truly disguised what they were playing.
Witten has been his favorite target in these situations. Romo this side, completing to Terry Glenn. 3rd and 13, and he picked it up. Glenn operating in front of Allen Ross.
See the footwork by Tony Romo, a basketball player at heart, probably his best sport. Watch the versatility, stepping up in the pocket, looking over the whole field, and making an accurate throw.
I'm going to take exception with that best sport stuff. The man's a one-handicap golfer.
Oh! He
just tried to qualify for the Public Links Championship and missed qualifying by only 3 strokes. Shot 73-69.
No. He said he would spot me 10 on a game to 11 in basketball.
And
I don't know about that one. But he could definitely have me on a golf course anytime he wants.
He had a pickup of 22 to get that first down. Kid's quite an athlete.
Quite an athlete. You can't just allow Dallas to hang around. That's the difference between great teams and average teams. You go up by 7. It's time to try to put him away. You need a defensive stop by him. Dallas has been playing so terrible today, but they're still in this ball game.
Pitches to Jones. He's trying to turn it back, but runs into a swarm of Falcon defenders there. D'Angelo Hall and Paul Cunningham.
You know, if this game keeps going like this, if the game keeps going like this, whichever team can get a stop and put another score on the board is going to really have that advantage.
We've got a 28-21 ball game in Atlanta with 8:09 to play in the 3rd. We'll take a break. Back in Atlanta, where tonight's game is being brought to you in thrilling, exciting, wondrous HD. And Flozell Adams has been helped to the sideline. Jason Fabini, the former Jet, has taken his place at left tackle.
And this is the wrong time for Adams to go out 3rd and long. You're playing to get one of the best defensive pass rushers in the game. You know he's going to try to take advantage of it.
John Abraham is not the one who gets there, but Demario Williams does. You see John Abraham lined up opposite Fabini. Fabini preoccupied there. Slipping inside is Williams.
Looked like Marion Barber went the wrong way. He had weak side protection. He went strong side. That left Demario Williams a free shot at Tony Romo.
And so Martin Gramatica with his first field goal attempt of the night. This one from 48 yards. It's true, if it's long enough, it's good. Gramatica with his longest kick of the night from 48 brings the Cowboys to within 4 in the 3rd period. We get a good look at the Capitol building here in a Saturday night in Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, of course, the seat of Fulton County. Tonight's aerial coverage is brought to you by Under Armour. We've just had our first score of the night that wasn't a touchdown. Martin Gramatica with his longest field goal of the year, a 48-yarder. Has brought the Cowboys to within 4, but on the wrong end of a 28-24 score as Allen Rossum takes this kickoff. Rossum brought down at the 22. And Michael Vick coming back onto the field once again. He's already thrown 4 scores tonight. Back in Atlanta, we've got a great ball game, 28-21, 28-24, check that. Falcons out in front of the Dallas Cowboys. Atlanta Falcons, their second possession of this second half. Started off with Dunn. We came into this game talking about Michael Vick needing just 34 yards to set 35 yards, I should say, to set a new record for rushing by a quarterback. But it's his arm that's been making waves. Look at that start he had, 0 for 3. But since then has thrown for 10 of 11, 168 yards, and 4 touchdowns. What's been a remarkable night for him, a personal best night.
Should we really be surprised Michael Vick putting up these type of numbers? Some people think he's an athlete playing quarterback. I feel that he's a quarterback that happens to be a great athlete.
Well, but he hasn't put up these kind of numbers, Deion. You're right. But he hasn't put up these numbers yet. I mean, this has been an unusual night for him.
And the thing for Michael Vick tonight that he's done that he sometimes have a problem with is remain a quarterback. A lot of the times he'll watch the rush and the ball will get tucked away like a running back. Tonight that ball has been in his hand, prepared to throw it.
When you've got that much talent, it's hard to resist when you see an open.
I know.
And his talent may, in fact, have been retarding him a little bit as a quarterback, as a throwing quarterback anyway.
See, when we look at a play like that, it's not because he desires to run. I took my son in the back of the end zone because he's a Michael Vick fan. And I say, son, I want you to see how quick this guy has to make his reads. He drops back, takes his steps, and he checks all his points. 1, 2, 3. No one's open. Then he decides to run. You can see him checking everyone. Now he decides to run. It's not by choice that he gets out the pocket.
In that case, you think in the majority of cases that's true?
I think in the majority of cases that's true. I had the opportunity to go to training camp and just spend a few days with Atlanta and just watch this guy go through his progressions.
Patrick Creighton fair catches this one at the 33 and sets the stage for Tony Romo to come back on the field. 5:57 to go in the third. 28-24 Falcons. As we come out of break, we do so with good news for the Dallas Cowboys and their fans. Flozell Adams has checked back into the ball game. He's in there as Romo brings his team up on first down from the 34-yard line. Marion Barber is now in the ball game. Throwing this side for Owens. D'Angelo Hall pushes him out at just about the first down marker. These two have been going at it all night. One of the marquee matchups that we were watching, and so far you'd have to think Owens is having things very much his own way. Unofficially, he's got 4 catches for 70 yards and 2 touchdowns against Hall.
We could say what we want about the off-the-field mess that T.O. brings to the table, but on the field, this guy is still arguably the best receiver in the game. D'Angelo Hall, in his defense, he's been bumping and running every play, not backing off. He's up to the challenge.
The Cowboys go 4 wide and bring Owens to the bottom here, far left of the formation. And they try to swing it out wide. Hard to tell if that was backwards or not.
Like a lateral.
And they are calling it a lateral.
Yes.
They are calling it a lateral. It was intended for Terry Glenn, but they didn't look like they were on the same page.
Not at all.
Romo got rid of that one, it seemed, a little early. Jimmy Williams was over there trying to corral it before it went out. Unsuccessful in that. But it's a loss of 3 for the Cowboys.
Could have been a costly turnover in the Cowboys territory.
Third down. And the crowd's into it again. Romo, a lot of time. Wide open is Glenn. Takes a lick from Hall out of bounds. We've got a flag all the way back here. It appeared that somebody at right tackle jumped for the Falcons. It would appear.
We would hope so. Allen Rossa, before that play, he was screaming to his teammates. He didn't get the call, the defensive call.
Offside. Defense has been declined. The result of the play is the first down.
Indeed, someone did jump early. Big completion to Glenn.
Consistency is certainly what this Atlanta defense lacks.
Romo brings him up quickly. Swings it wide. Patrick Creighton struggling towards the first down marker. Gets it to the 25. Michael Boley on the coverage. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Right there, they take advantage of a smaller Rossum with Patrick Creighton throwing him the ball on the look route, and he just basically is one-on-one, and he gains 9 yards.
We're down to 4 minutes to go in what's been a 4 minutes to go in the third quarter of what's been a terrific offensive ball game. This is Barber spinning out of one tackle and crossing the 20, getting to the 18-yard line.
Marshall, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm just thinking Barber gives Dallas offense so much more of a punch than Julius Jones. Julius Jones, like he's trying to find himself, like he's trying to find somewhere to fall down, and he's just not hitting the hole with the same intensity as Barber.
Barber is a much better downhill runner. They like to use him in short yardage, and at times like this late in the game to spare Julius Jones.
Deion, you live in Dallas. Is that a sore point with Cowboys fans?
Most definitely. You know, you wonder why. You just wonder why last week against New Orleans, this guy didn't really touch the field until the third quarter. And he's been carrying the load, especially in the red zone or the +20, and the guy doesn't even touch the field until the third quarter of the game.
And as you can see, his rushing yards by quarter grow each quarter, with 250 in the fourth.
But to Bill Parcells' defense, he likes using two running backs.
I think it's the order that Deion is concerned about. Who's one and who's two.
Most definitely.
Romo will throw on second down and overthrowing Patrick Creighton. We have another flag here on the near side of the field. Looks like T.O. and D'Angelo have something to do with this flag.
And Laurie Malloy.
Looks like a little illegal contact down here.
Illegal use of hands. Defense, number 21. Hands to the face. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
D'Angelo, one of the best cornerbacks in the league. Oftentimes, he plays with his emotions. T.O. is a physical receiver, but he plays with his head on the field, and you see him pushing off D'Angelo. You can't go upstairs to the receiver's head.
D'Angelo giving away 25 pounds and 5 inches to T.O. Has given the Cowboys a 1st and goal from the 9. This is Barber. Barber into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Marshall, please help me out. Please. Help me out on this one.
That's what you like about Barber.
That's what I like about him. He has a sense of urgency every time he grabs the ball.
The kid runs his ball very hard, and he's a great downhill runner. But I'll tell you one thing, Dallas offensive line controlled the interior part of Atlanta's defensive line, and that afforded him the hole to score that touchdown.
Barber's 12th rushing touchdown of the year. That drive, 7 plays, 66 yards. Culminating with a Barber 9-yard touchdown run. Gramatica boots it through, and it's put the Cowboys in front 31-28. We've got a flag on the field. Let's hold it right here. Another look at Barber's touchdown. But we've got a flag on the extra point. And Hall is copping a plea yet again.
D'Angelo Hall letting his emotions get the best of him. When I was down on the field earlier, he was in the officials' ears yelling and screaming that T.O. was pushing, T.O. was doing that. He's allowing himself, his emotions, to get the best of him today.
He's still pretty fired up.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 91, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 75. Those fouls all set. The try is good.
That's Carrington and Mark Colombo who they are flagging. But in any event, it remains 31-28. Cowboys have taken the lead once again. What a wild night it's been in Atlanta. Inside the Georgia Dome, the Cowboys and the Falcons have been running up and down the field. We have a 31-28 ball game with 2:32 to play in the third. You see that last scoring drive capped off by Marion Barber. I noted it was his 12th touchdown rushing. He has 14 overall. Adam Jennings will chase this one down inside his 5 and bring it back this way. Trying to gain the corner. Forced out just short of the 20-yard line. Don't forget, NFL Network re-airs the 4 best games from the weekend, adding coach and player commentary. Watch NFL Replay Tuesdays and Wednesdays. That's 2 games per night, only on NFL Network. We were just up here talking, and I can't remember a better rookie class in the NFL than we are seeing this year. Can you?
Has a lot of depth. I mean, from the first pick all the way to the 32nd pick.
I mean, it's not just the Vince Youngs, the Reggie Bushes, the Devin Hesters. It's also D'Amico Ryan. It's Fred McNeil. It's DeBrickashaw Ferguson. It's Jennings. It's Hawk. It's Ali. It's Jones-Drew. It's Adai. It's been a heck of a class. Vick with a lot of room. Pushed out short of the 40-yard line, but with a flag on the play. Let's hold it right here. It's coming back.
Holding, offense, number 85. 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
That flag being whistled on Dwayne Blakely, Atlanta's third tight end. Oh, yeah, he had a good handful.
And he really didn't have to. Michael Vick on the edge, he was so far wide, he was just trying to keep Michael Vick contained, and that's almost impossible for a guy of that size.
Real quick, guys, why do you figure we are seeing so many rookies? Are they just better prepared, or is this just an aberration?
Coaching is pretty good at the college levels, and I think athletes in general has gone to another level.
Vick will hand this one off to Dunn inside, bouncing off one tackler and working his way past the 17-yard line.
I think sticking with that, a lot of younger guys that are coming in, they're better prepared. And then coaches understanding that these young guys are their future, are preparing them in the league now and putting them out there ready to play.
And as you noted, the money is so serious now, the guys
they got to
be ready to play.
They have to produce.
Second and long for Vick and the Falcons. He'll swing it out to Dunn. Dunn one-on-one on that side, and Henry wins the matchup. You know, talking about Vick and talking about rookies, how about the similarities between Vince Young's dash last week that won the game in overtime against Houston, the Houston Texans? That one for 39 yards. How much did it remind you of this one Michael Vick did a couple of years ago against the Vikings, same situation?
Well, I think we're just excited about Michael Vick in his infancy when he came into the league, as we are at Vince Young. And truly enough, Vince Young is doing the same things that Michael Vick did when he came into the league.
I confess, Young is making me a believer.
He is.
And the Falcons will exercise their first timeout of this second half. Yeah, Young seems to have the capacity not only to physically do the things that are necessary to play the position, but also to make those people around him believe in him. You heard about this so much when he was down at Austin as a Longhorn, and yet you found it hard to believe. You just thought that was just so much rah-rah college stuff. But you watch these Tennessee Titans, who have now become a 6-7 ball club, and they seem to believe that this guy is just going to get it done.
And I think it's his approach and his dedication to the game, coming in, learning the offense, understanding that there was some guys in front of him, and you got to take your hats off to Norm Chow because he's done a great job with teaching this kid the system and doing things that fit him, mixing in the little things they did in Texas, also with the things that he likes to do.
Does his throwing motion bother you?
Not at all. And this kid has been through adversity his whole life.
Vick in the pocket, standing tall, completing. Michael Jenkins, first down, Falcons.
See, this is what I'm talking about, Brian. We keep going back and forth about Michael Vick. He pulls the balls down sometime and run, but right here, you can see in play action Vick. He's looking through his progressions. He's finding he releases the ball right on time and lets it go.
18-yard gain. We're moving down inside the 25-second mark in the third period. This may be the final play of this quarter. Flea flicker. Vick gets flushed. Throwing, completing the Dunn, pass midfield. Brought down at the 46-yard line as the quarter comes to a close.
You gotta like that play. Warwick Dunn took the handoff, flipped it off, and caught the reception.
What a fourth quarter we can expect to come. Cowboys out in front of the Falcons, 31-28. We're back to Georgia right after this. Back in Atlanta, Jerry Jones watching his team with concern, knowing the Cowboys with a win are in the playoffs. Arthur Blank the owner of the Falcons, and Schaub is in the ball game, pitching it back to Vick. Rolling right, pulling up, going nowhere. Well, that time the Falcons got a little too cute. Got a little too cute that one.
That was a ball that Michael Vick probably should have threw away. I know he has great escapability.
We've seen Schaub on several occasions tonight. That time, though, that one just didn't work. That one never had a chance.
We just got to go back to football if you're the Atlanta Falcons and get away from the trickery. Your quarterback
They're doing so many good things.
You're doing so many wonderful things. You're hitting them 3-4 yards a carry, and you just had to go back to the basics.
Loss of 4 on the play. Dunn will get this one. Cutting it back inside, working his way towards the first down marker. Maybe a yard short of it. Roy Williams with the stop.
That's that shotgun read play. Pretty much Michael Vick, that's one of his best plays, and they run this play continuously, waiting for the defensive end to predict what Michael Vick's going to do with the ball.
There's a disconcerting statistic if you're a Falcons fan. 17 consecutive when trailing after 3 quarters, as they are tonight, on the short end of a 31-28 score. But this is 3rd and short on a night when Michael Vick has been exceptional. Dunn stopped in the hole. That was Brady James and Chris Canty. And we know what the crowd wants.
You have one of the most elusive quarterbacks in the game of football today, and you turn around and hand the ball to Roy Dunn 7 yards deep in the backfield.
Decision time here for Jim Moore. Look like he's going for it.
What do you like here?
I like a quarterback sneak.
That's a long yard they're looking at.
Yeah, that's Michael Vick.
That's a long yard.
That's Michael Vick behind that center. Middle of the field's wide open. Oh, my God, Algie Crumpler.
Ball was high for Ashley Lilly. Anthony Henry defending, knocked it free, and the Cowboys will take over on downs. Gentlemen.
Michael Vick missed one right here. You got Crumpler right here wide open.
He did indeed miss one, and the Cowboys will take over on downs, clinging to a 31-28 lead. We're back after this. We're back in Atlanta, where the Falcons have turned it over on downs. We'll show you that play in just a moment, because it, well, they had an opportunity, but there was a reason they didn't exercise it successfully. Julius Jones is back in the ballgame, much to Deion's delight. He's got it. And we've got a flag as Jones picks up 5.
Holding, offense, number 62. 10-yard penalty.
That'll push him back. This was the 4th down play on the Falcons. Tell us what happened here. Look at Crumpler up top.
You know, this is exactly the same play that they scored the touchdown to Justin Griffin in the flat. Crumpler released out. Michael Vick can't see him. You can't go back strong side when you run play action weak side. And just a great play here by Henry, knocking the ball.
So you're saying Vick should not have seen it?
No, he can't see it. The whole flow is away. First, second, third option. To go backside and you're in an all-out blitz, that's pretty impossible.
Pushed back by the holding penalty. The Cowboys looking at 1st and 20, and Romo overthrowing over the middle. Jason Witten was his target. Up top, I'm Bryant Gumbel. Chris Collinsworth is not with us tonight. Chris has other duties in New York. That was scheduled. Dick Vermeil is with us, but Dick was trying to play hurt. His voice wouldn't let him continue. He's still standing by. We're still hoping to bring him up here. But I've been joined up top by 2 All-Pros, Deion Sanders, Marshall Faulk. Good to have you both.
Thank you. Pleasure.
I got you, Coach.
Romo barely beats the play clock. Hit as he throws this one outside, in and out of the hands of T.O.
Whenever T.O. has a problem with receiving the football, that's when he's trying to run before making the catch.
I wonder if that finger comes into play. You know, he got the torn ligaments in the finger right there. You know, it's not like T.O. to just have blatant drops. He leads the league in drops right now.
15 of them.
Add to it.
15 of them.
The crowd's really getting loud right now.
Big third down for the Cowboys. And Barber has checked back in place of Julius Jones.
Romo really needs to be careful right now. This is when Harper, amidst the defenses, try to take advantage of a young quarterback.
The play clock. He barely beat it. Swings it out to Barber, but he's going to come up well short of the markers, and the Cowboys are going to have to punt. D'Angelo Hall coming up with the stick.
Atlanta forced Romo to go to his check down right there, and a wise decision by him to not try to force the ball down the field.
And so Matt McBriar will come back on, and Alan Rossum doing his jumping jacks inside the 15-yard line.
Huge stop for Atlanta's defense, Marshall.
McBriar booms this one. Chasing Rossum back, he'll take it at his 5. And he'll only get 3 yards before he is brought down by Miles Austin. They'll have the Falcons backed up. Cowboys out in front, 31-28. In Atlanta, Tony Romo has enjoyed a good rebound game from that clunker against the Saints on Sunday night. Tonight, he's 17 of 24 for 233 yards and 2 scores. But it's his defense that has the task now of trying to stop a Michael Vick-led Atlanta offense that has done very well tonight. Vick will throw from his own goal line. This is Justin Griffin. Past the 20-yard line, out to the 24. As we said when we came on the air, the Dallas Cowboys can clinch a playoff berth with a win tonight. But this game has huge implications for a lot of teams involved, not the least among them the New York Giants, who still can win the NFC East.
Yeah, if Dallas loses this game, they'll fall into a tie, and I believe the Giants win the tiebreaker in that situation.
The Cowboys in a situation with a win get a playoff berth. The Saints tomorrow can clinch the NFC West with a win. Vick tucks it in. He's got some room, but then comes to a slide as Roy Williams comes in contact with him. Seems to have the first down, and with that, he eclipses Bobby Douglas's mark and becomes the seasonal all-time leading rusher for a quarterback. DeMarcus Ware is down and getting up slowly. Vick now with 975, eclipsing Bobby Douglas's mark set back in 1972 for a one-season record of rushing for a quarterback.
Well, can I ask a question? Our modern-day guys, Randall Cunningham, I grew up watching. Now Michael Vick. Was Bobby Douglas modern day for you, Michael Vick?
No, not even close. Bobby Douglas, if you thought that Vick had trouble throwing, Bobby Douglas had trouble throwing. Bobby Douglas had trouble throwing. When he threw it up, it was... look, Bobby was built more like a linebacker than a quarterback. And he was a good runner. But no, he was a different kind of runner than Michael Vick. Michael takes punishment when he runs. Bobby gave out punishment when he ran.
Oh, okay.
And let's not leave out Steve McNair out of this mix, too.
DeMarcus Ware has been taken to the sidelines, and Kevin Burnett has come in for him. Ware walked off under his own power. The Falcons with a first down. Here's a look again at top rushers among quarterbacks for one season. As you can see, Michael Vick figures prominently. There's Douglas, and Randall Cunningham wasn't too bad when he decided to tuck the run.
Randall Cunningham was amazing. You know, you had a choice. A guy like, some guys, you want to keep them in the pocket and force them to throw, but Randall Cunningham, he had the ability, if you kept him in the pocket, he could hurt you there also.
On 2nd and 8, Dunn gets the carry. Across the 40, will leave the Falcons with 3rd and 3.
You know, Atlanta's doing a great job of being stubborn with their running the ball tonight. Although they haven't gained a lot of yards, they're still trying to put themselves in third and 5, third and 4 situations so Michael doesn't have to force the ball downfield.
Ware has checked back into the ball game. Good news for the Cowboys.
I'm surprised they hadn't taken advantage of Algie Crumpler playing tight end against Terrence Newman, the size disadvantage.
Vick throwing this side in and out of Algie Crumpler's hands, and it was Newman on the coverage with good coverage there.
But great coverage. One of the best cornerbacks in the game today. His quickness, that's why Mike Zimmer, defensive coordinator, would put a guy like Newman on an Algie Crumpler who gives away about 100 pounds in his matchup.
Was that ball late coming out?
Yeah, it was late. That was it. He went back door. He went front side to Jenkins to look at him first. Then he came back across the field. That was his third read.
And so Kanan will have to punt it away to Patrick Creighton. Creighton fair catching this one at his own 19-yard line. And so the Cowboys will come back on the field looking to add to their lead in what has been an incredible ball game. A ball game that Tony Romo and Michael Vick have dominated. One that saw the Cowboys jump out to a 14-0 lead before the Falcons came back to tie it with a pair of touchdown throws by Vick. And then after Owen scored his second touchdown of the night to give the Cowboys the lead again, Vick threw his third touchdown pass of the night. We went to the half at 21-all. Since then, Cowboys have assumed a 31-28 lead with 8:50 to go in the fourth period. Marion Barber has checked back in once again for Julius Jones. Barber will get it, and he'll be tripped up by D'Angelo Hall.
Like that call, Atlanta defense changed it up, going to a cover 2, not expecting to run on first down, expecting Dallas to change up their attack.
You could tell it confused Tony Romo because he pumped the ball and then got down to his check down a little bit late. That's why D'Angelo Hall was able to upend Marion Barber.
Give him a gain of 2. Barber is the deep back, tight end Jason Witten in the up back position. Romo out quickly, Terry Glenn. Caught along the near sideline, pushed out at the 41-yard line by Allen Rossum.
People make a big deal out of T.O., and rightfully so, but Terry Glenn, he's a #1 receiver. He's not a 2. He's 2 because you're on a team with a great Terrell Owens, but this guy runs routes. He has great hands. His work ethic is unbelievable.
In fact, the Cowboys, one of only 3 teams with 3 guys with 45 catches or more. One of only 4 teams, excuse me. Baltimore, Miami, and St. Louis being the other 3. Glenn with 4 catches for 85 yards now. All 4 of his catches have resulted in a first down. This time he'll try the other side to Owens, and D'Angelo Hall trips him up.
That play normally works when you have average cornerbacks backing off T.O., giving him 8 to 10 yards, and then they have to come up and make a tackle off this big joker. D'Angelo is so fast, his fastest man in the NFL last year over to the Pro Bowl, and he closes so quickly on the ball.
Got Deion Sanders speed.
I think he is better than Deion Sanders speed right now.
I didn't mean present day. I'm close to having present day. 2nd and 10. We move down to the 7-minute mark in this ball game. Romo with time, completing this one once again. Looks like Witten gets them into Atlanta territory, the 46-yard line.
Right here, Dallas offensive line and running backs do a great job at picking up the blitz here so Romo can deliver the ball to Jason Witten.
Witten now 5 catches on the night. He's got 56 yards.
Romo does a great job of keeping all these receivers happy, which is virtually impossible in this day and age to keep a receiver happy.
Wide to Glenn once again, stiff-arming Allen Rossum, and Rossum didn't like it, thank you. Letting him know about it.
Yeah, don't let me know about it after the play. Let me know about it during the play. Come up and make a tackle and cut that 11-yard gain into a 4-yard gain.
Here's a look at what we were talking about, the Dallas receivers, and the big night they're having. I'm not real good at math. Let me see if I can do this quickly. We got 151. We got 230, I do believe, among the three of them. This is Barber, gaping hole.
Marshall,
moving
please.
Across the 25-yard line before Chris Crocker gets there. Go ahead.
Please help me on this one, Marshall Cooks. I'm really trying to figure out why this guy isn't getting more playing time. He's getting the handoffs, running downfield. Maybe it's because his blocking assignments, is he picking up the blocking assignments on the passing downs?
You know what he does, but right here, anybody could have fit through that hole right there. That was a break-in assignment on Atlanta Falcons.
Barber again spinning his way to the 16-yard line, in and out of the grip of Edgerton Hartwell.
What about that one?
Oh, you know, typical Parcells, they run the same play to the other side. You know, they run the counter play, and Barber right here makes a good move, gets him to the open field. The old hand-down trick, I like that one.
As we move inside the 5-minute mark, it's getting the crunch time for the Falcons. They are down by 3. They need to limit this to a field goal attempt, or they'll be down 2 scores with very little time remaining. Crowd's trying to help him out. Barber caught from behind. Keith Brooking coming from the weak side. Looked like he got Barber before he reached the first down marker. It will indeed be 3rd down.
Big 3rd down here for the Atlanta Falcons. They want to get the Dallas Cowboys off the field, give up the field goal here, give the offense an opportunity to take the lead.
The Falcons now fighting the Cowboys and the clock as we move down to the 4-minute mark in this ball game.
You can't shadow anybody. That's when it gets difficult to play against the Dallas Cowboys, because Jason Witte's a Pro Bowler. You got T.O. up top, and you got Barber, who's playing some of the best football out of the running backs in Dallas.
It's Barber bouncing it outside, getting the first down, going inside the 5-yard line, give him to the 3. First down, Cowboys.
It's like pick your poison down here, Marshall.
Lusaka Polite was leading him.
Just an off-tackle play right here, and Barber does a great job at reading it and bouncing the play outside and stiff-arming the corner right here. This kid right here is a physical presence, and this is why they like him in short yardage situations.
Barber tonight on the ground, 9 carries, 66 yards, and a score. He's also caught 4 balls for 27. Good night for Marion Barber.
Great night for Marion Barber.
Cowboys have 1st and goal from the 3. Barber stacked up, back to the line of scrimmage. Paul Carrington got there early.
You see what I mean? Even when he's falling down, the guy's trying to extend the body to get an extra yard. Is it just because he's the backup, he's hungry, or has he always run with that expectations to break it or to dominate?
Even when he was at the University of Minnesota, this kid ran with the same hard tenacity. I believe he and Lawrence Maroney, they led the nation in rushing when they were there together.
11th play of this drive, and the Cowboys are in no hurry to get it off. The Falcons down to just 2 timeouts in this ball game, so they're not exercising one here. Barber fighting for the goal line. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tough running inside. Marion Barber.
Tough running inside, tough running outside.
And we've got laundry on the field. Let's see what the call is.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 50. The 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
That's Hartwell, who was flagged. But more important to this game, Barber's surge has given the Cowboys a 9 and what's expected to be a 10-point lead with just 2:18 to play in this ball game. That was Hartwell with a right to the back of Gerard's head.
You know, Brian, I have to say that the Dallas Cowboys offensive line wore down the Atlanta Falcons defense on that drive.
It was a must-have drive, and they executed 11 plays, 80 yards, and ate up 6:32. And with just 2:18 to play in this ball game, the Cowboys have moved in front by 10. They're out in front, 38-28, and the clock is ticking on Michael Vick and the Atlanta Falcons. We're back to see what they can do right after this. While we were away, Bill Parcells came over to your man, Barber. Heck of a job, young man.
Heck of a job, T.O., encouraging his teammates.
You know, Bill don't walk up to guys and tell them stuff while the game's still going on. He know that drive was all Marion Barber right there.
The Cowboys, as a result of the penalty, will be kicking off from the 45. They still don't get this one to the end zone. This is Adam Jennings. And we've got another penalty. We'll wait for the call.
During the return, holding, receiving team, number 51. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
Don't forget, stay tuned for the Home Depot post-game show. Full recap and news from around the NFL. Or should I call it the Rich and Mooch show?
Yeah, I don't think, you know, Marshall and I have been known to be pretty quick in our days, but I don't think we could get down there that quick.
I'm going to try to. I'm going to try to make it.
You guys are going to bring us home.
You better give me a
And
call.
by the way, we're saving Dick Vermeil's voice for next week.
Please.
He'll be with us in Oakland. As the Chiefs visit the Raiders. The Falcons have a monumental task at hand. They're down by 10 with 2:13 left and just 2 timeouts. Swings it this way to Crumpler, and he can't get out of bounds. He's in the arms of Anthony Henry.
Right, this stage is set for Michael Vick to be Michael Vick.
Well, he'll have to be. They've hit the 2-minute warning here in Atlanta, and the Falcons need 2 scores if they're to get back in this one. We're back in Atlanta where the Falcons' challenge is pretty clear. They have 2 minutes and 2 timeouts for 2 scores. If not, they go home a loser. Vick will throw. Flushed out, coming back this way. Escapes one tackler and gets out of bounds at the 31. That one ate up 11 seconds.
You know, this is a situation, the 2-minute drill, and obvious passing situations that Michael Vick hasn't excelled at. When they can run the ball and mix it up, he's had success. But right now, you know, he's going to have to drop back and show us he can be a quarterback, stay in that pocket like he's been doing.
Meanwhile, let's give the Cowboys their due. The Falcons came out and took a lead on their first possession. 28-21 lead, and since then, the Cowboys have answered the bell with 17 unanswered points. Vick, this side, out of the hands of Warwick Dunn. That throw a little high. We have another flag.
During the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense, number 77. Late blow to the offensive player on the ground. 15-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Tyson Clabo. Meanwhile, that is the 3rd unnecessary roughness penalty on the Falcons tonight.
This team isn't explosive enough to warrant those type of penalties. I mean, this is their Achilles heel. They're backing themselves up 15 more yards, making it impossible for Michael Vick. This is the time in the time of the game where the receivers have to step up. I don't even see Alger Crumpler on the field. Now, that's something that I don't understand. His best receiver is standing on the sideline.
Push back, looking at 25 yards for a first down. Regaining his balance as he's flush. Throwing deep, wide open. Couldn't get it there. Was going for Roddy White, who had Newman beat on the far side. But Vick understandably couldn't get it there.
You should try to get it all at once on this down. And you're virtually playing with 2 more downs after this one to try to get a first down, because obviously you're going for it on 4th down. So don't try to get it all at once. Take your time. 15-yard gain here, 12-yard gain there. And
I don't think there he was necessarily trying to get it all at once. He was flushed and White got open.
Dallas is putting pressure on Michael Vick right now.
Towards 4. Quick slant. Stay on your feet.
Losing his feet was Roddy White, much to the chagrin of the crowd. And the Falcons will exercise their second time out of this half. They're left with one, and they need 2 scores. 1:24 to play. Well, this one's strange. Mike Vick's night would appear to be done. He has taken himself out of the ball game, and Matt Schaub has trotted onto the field. It would appear that Vick strained his groin, hurt his groin, when he was kicked there by Jason Hatcher and pirouetted out. But Deion, you said he just can't come out of the ball.
Yeah, you can't come out of the game. And a fan's behind there seeing their star, their $100 million man come out of the game. They don't want to see him come out of the game unless he's carried off the field.
So Schaub, pressed into service, will throw this one to Crumpler. He gets out of the bounds, and it looks like on 4th they will need about 6 yards. Michael Vick's night, 16 of 24 for 237 and 4 touchdowns with 1 interception. He had 8 carries, 456 yards. Statistically a good night, but again, you do have to wonder, him coming out of this ball game at a crucial time.
Right now, Dallas defensive line is basically pinning their ears back and rushing the quarterback.
Let's see if Schaub can keep Atlanta's hopes alive. He's got time. Throws this side. Justin Griffin. They'll get the first. Back to about midfield, but we're moving to the 1-minute mark, and they're down to just 1 timeout.
Griffin has to get out of bounds on that play to stop the clock.
Schaub overthrowing. Ashley Lilly stops the clock with 48 seconds to play. And that's Anthony Henry. I think it was his own man, actually, who laid the lick on him.
Roy Williams has been known to hit anything that moves out there on the field.
Friendly fire out there with Roy. Friendly fire.
He's been known to hit anything. He's going to hear about that in the film session tomorrow.
Here's a better look at it.
That right
Bang.
there, they call that friendly fire.
The word from the Atlanta sideline is that it is indeed a groin injury of some kind for Michael Vick. Marshall, what's your take? Unless he's carried off, should he be out there?
You know what, I feel like, and I always felt like this here, when we were losing games, you can ask Coach Vermeil, Kurt Warner, whether we were winning or losing, he wanted to finish the game. And when we were out there and we didn't have the lead and it was apparent that we weren't going to win, he wanted to be out there, and that's what I know for a quarterback, is sticking with his team, and even in tough times.
Is Marshall Faulk coming off the field at this point of the game?
No.
Is Deion Sanders coming off the field at this point in the game?
Never.
48 seconds to play. Falcons need 2 scores. They're down 10. Schaub has time, throwing deep over the middle. But this one's going to be picked off by Patrick Watkins in the end zone. And that'll end the Falcons' night. Schaub really didn't have much chance.
No, he just wanted to make a play. Your receiver, you got to, you know, you need that one receiver that you have enough confidence in that you could throw the ball and put it up. You know, if you in Carolina Panthers, you put that ball up, you know that guy down there is going to make a play on the ball.
But guys,
Roy Williams did a good job of cutting him off and not allowing him to finish his route. That right there should have been a flag.
Guys, this is a Falcons team with 3 number 1s in their wide receiving core.
Well, number 1 by draft standards, not number 1
There's a bunch of
by
different number
receiving
1s.
standards. They got to go out and get a number 1 receiver in the offseason. If they can, if one's available, they must give Vick some help.
This one will come to an end without fanfare. The Dallas Cowboys with 17 unanswered points in the second half, winning this one by 10 over the Atlanta Falcons. Drops the Falcons to 7-7 as they look to entertain. In 5, they will go home to face the Philadelphia Eagles, who have their own big game tomorrow on tap in the Meadowlands against the New York Giants.
That's going to be a good game there. It's going to be nice to see how does Garcia come out and play. He's been playing lights out as of late.
So the Bill Parcells Dallas Cowboys go to 5-0 after a loss in 06. He manages to get his team ready, focused, prepared, even if it is just for one half. Tonight, that was enough to get it done. The Home Depot show is coming up in just a little bit. It'll be minus the two guys who helped me out. Thank you, Marshall Faulk. Thank you, Deion Sanders.
Anytime.
Much appreciated. I'm Bryant Gumbel. For all the good folks up here, thanks very much for being with us. Our final tonight from Atlanta inside the Georgia Dome. Dallas Cowboys 38, Atlanta Falcons 28.